The bot needs a break.
I-
Yes, I'm all in on this.
It's amazing, though. He needs a break, but the more tape he gets on his leg, he just keeps playing well. Welcome to Eddie and Jimmy podcast. I'm Jimmy Bartell, and I'm joined by Eddie Maguire. We've, of course, had our Monday and Wednesday show, and it's time for the Thursday show where we get into our predictions. We put our reputation on the line. We try and tip your winners. We do short holding and buying and in and out, and the Eddie is Eddie Maguire, and this is all thanks to Fiji Airways, which Ed absolutely loves, and Hyundai.
Love them.
You love them. You want to go to Fiji, you want to go to Disneyland, you can do that all with Fiji Airways. And Hyundai, that Santa Fe looks nice, a big seven-seater if you've got a big family.
Ooh.
Richard is a man who's after that. He keeps having kids. Eddie.
Yes.
Good evening, good afternoon,
Hello.
good morning. I've
Good
sounded
morning.
like the Truman Show. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Here we are. Good to be with you, mate. Now we're shorting, holding, or buying, right? Here we go. Another Swans Lions grand final.
Ooh. I'm holding. And what's your usual joke? What's big and green and eats the Swans?
The MCG.
Yeah.
In recent times, they've had a couple of. I mean, they're a good side, the Swans. Playing good football too. Like them a lot after their injuries last year. They're playing good footy, and well, there's every chance. I would be buying that.
Yeah, I might hold it. It's still a little bit too early in the year. Defensive footy in 2026. Oh, I'd like to buy some because if you can play some sort of defence that goes around the ground and still kick 100 points, that's a good recipe. So I might buy some defence because there's not much of it going on at the moment.
Okay. 2026 Dan Houston at Collingwood.
Yeah, I'm buying this. This is more the Dan Houston from Port Adelaide. Get the ball in hand, use his weapons off half-back. He was very good in the draw against the Hawks on Thursday night.
Yeah, missed 2 shots at goal, which he normally would have eaten. But the passage of play where he went basically from the back pocket, setting up a goal, was just beautiful football. So his kicking and his running and backing himself, absolutely excellent. Well done, Dan. The new draft rules, Jim.
I'm shorting it because of the timing of it, when they're going to put them into play. And I'm holding because we need to see them play out.
Yeah, well, I'm sort of buying them because there'll be a long-term effect on these things to balance it out a little bit more. So buying for the longer term, I'd be shorting if I was an in-and-out investor. But I think, unfortunately, somebody always misses out on these things. I would have liked it to have come in, as we said the other day, Jim, on when Tassie came in. I would have thought that would have been a natural time. But they're in, and now just cop it and get on with it. Victorian clubs only... says, this is written obviously by a Hawthorn supporting producer, saying we're shorting, holding or buying Victorian clubs. He reckons Hawthorn and Geelong are keeping Victoria alive at the moment.
Well, they are, so we have to buy it. No.
Well, I think there's a certain team that just keeps filling the MCG every week. Jeez.
No, geez, that was easy. That was so easy.
Jeez.
It was so easy to throw the burley out there.
No, I'm selling that idea. That's stupid. St Kilda.
I'm buying them. I like
Yep.
what I saw. I know that they played Carlton, but I just think the importance of Hill and Henry, and then if they can get up Wilson as well, their run and carry and their ability to shorten the field means you don't have to solely rely on Naz to do it. Henry's so important. He's had some injuries, and Brad Hill looks like he's really at top form again.
Yeah, it's sad that Max King did his hamstring. And
Yeah.
he's going to be out for 6 weeks because they were doing it so well, easing him in, and he started to look like he was moving in the right direction. Give him another 3 or 4 weeks in the reserves. Sadly, he is out now for 6 weeks, but get it right. At least the rest of his body's holding up. Adelaide.
Holding. I'm not blown away yet still by Adelaide. This is the team that won 18 games, home and away games last year. They're nowhere near that at the moment. I think they're still trying to adjust. So I'm holding the Crows, but I think we'll be buying them in the next couple of weeks.
But don't forget Adelaide. They finished on top last year, but they had the softest draw of all time. And, they hit the wall probably that last game against Collingwood when all the issues happened over there with the suspensions over there of Isaac Rankin. Isaac Rankin. And then that was the end of them. You could tell they basically had played their season at that stage, and then I don't think they won another game after that. But I think they're a good side in their building. Whether this is their year or not, I'm not quite sure. They for them, I think a win is to win one final this year, and then set themselves up to have a real go for the next couple of years. Wayne Malera, speaking of Adelaide Crows.
Buying. Yeah, look, he had some injury concerns throughout his career, but he's fit, he's strong, he's dynamic off halfback, and he's one that can really shape a game for the Crows and not necessarily be in the midfield and leave him at halfback because that's where he's very, very good and he's very dynamic.
Jamara Ugle-Hagan at the Suns.
I'm buying this because I want this just to be, he's just a Suns player and that's what we're talking about. And all the signs are pointing to some positive, positive football action and he looks great and he's working his way into AFL match fitness and hopefully we just see him regularly for the Suns.
Fair enough. Okay, let's move on. And I agree with you totally. Love the fact that he's getting a kick because his career was just about cooked. And, we love the prodigal son turning it around. So good luck to Jamara and great to see him kick 3 goals on the weekend. Right, This is in or out, Jim. Carlton are waiting until the game against Essendon to decide when they will act on Michael Voss. In or out?
Well, I think this is in. I think we discussed this on Monday's show. I think that's a good moment to do it because they have the bye off the back of that, Carlton Footy Club. So I think that's in. That'll be round 13. It'll be dependent on even if they lose, but how they lose.
Okay, here's a ridiculous one. This is from Richard Stansbury of No Fixed Address.
Silly little man.
It is unfair that Max King keeps getting injured, so Ben should have to play for both Gold Coast and St Kilda.
Yeah.
Actually, I like that idea.
God, because you're a twin.
He's a twin. Let him play. He could alternate.
Comedy week. Has that finished yet here in
Yeah,
Melbourne?
it has. Yeah, clearly. Jai Newcomb has become one of the elite midfielders in the competition.
I already had him as an elite midfielder.
Says Captain Hawthorn over there.
No. I already had him as an elite midfielder because of his finals performances.
Yeah.
He was
Lowered his
dominant.
colours.
He's been dominant in nearly every final he's played.
Did he lower his colours against the Pies on Thursday night?
No, he didn't. He was one of the better players.
I'm just waiting for
Jack Ginnivan played well too for the Hawks if you didn't notice.
He was all
With the
right.
feedback coming thick and fast.
He was all right. He played a serviceable game.
He played more than a serviceable game.
It was good. He was a good player. That's it. That's
all we can ask.
Thanks for doing your job. Okay. The Bont needs a break. Yes, I'm all in on this.
It's amazing though. He needs a break, but the more tape he gets on his leg, he just keeps playing well. Like he had 29 and 2 and another like 30 plus and 2.
There's always
that
he's actually there. He's a footballer, so play. But if you don't want to get him injured completely. You don't want him to do
North Melbourne are a genuine chance to upset the Swans at Marvel this week. Well, you're always a chance.
Yeah, of course you are. They're okay for 3 quarters again, North Melbourne.
Yeah, then Geelong realise they're Geelong in Geelong and do what Geelong do.
Yeah.
They
Swans,
Geelonged them.
I think Swans will swan them. So that one is an out. The coach's spray is back in vogue. Should never have been out of vogue. This
I
kumbaya
don't think
stuff.
I don't think it's ever been out of vogue, but the fact is now we can see it more often.
Oh, I used to see it all the time, the coach going in.
No, we're talking. No, I think like we've seen some change room stuff, with those behind the scenes, and Longview had every right to grab the Fremantle Footy Club and go, "You guys get over here right now."
Yeah.
Right, you guys finished? You ready? You finished mucking around? You good? We did the
going
warm
out to
up.
battle. Sometimes you've got to get them up and going and aroused and focused on what's going on. If you see that the coach says he's spoken to them about all week about doing something and they're not listening, you sometimes have to raise the decibels a little bit of the old hairdryer that Alex Ferguson was renowned. A Scottish conversation, it's called.
Carlton don't have to worry about giving up another halftime lead because they are playing Brisbane this week.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that one. I think it could get ugly, this one. You would.
All right.
You would hope that the coincidence of Brisbane putting poor old Michael Voss to the sword would be the situation, wouldn't you? As one of Brisbane's greatest ever player.
All right, you ready, Ed?
Right.
How far away did you think Geelong was?
Another planet.
Another planet. We'll get your spaceship out. Geelong versus Collingwood should be at the Cattery, in or out?
Well, it depends if Geelong want to stop asking to play Collingwood at the MCG.
You're so easy with this one.
That's where it's at. I mean, this is what it does do.
I agree with you too, by the way. They want the biggest crowd for it.
Of course they
It's
do.
a money
but
maker.
also, but guess what else Geelong want to do? They want to play some games at the MCG, don't they?
Oh,
Because they need to, because they're playing on a runway down there. The
Yeah,
finals
they're-
actually. Yeah, but you got to play up at headquarters, and Collingwood doesn't do provincial. It's as simple as that.
it's always fun asking you that one, isn't it?
That was the last game they played was my first as president of Collingwood down at Geelong, the first year. And I remember thinking, what a waste of time this has been down here as far as... No, the game
Did you
itself,
use a
I don't care.
Melways?
What's that?
Did you use a
No,
Melways?
I was able. I just followed the stop-go people who've been on there for the last 20 years as they build another stand for you. But I'll put one to you. Will Geelong eventually regret not widening the ground at Geelong because it was seen to be an advantage as far as the playing was concerned?
No.
It was driven by the coach rather than by the committee and wiser heads.
No, you're a man who knows history and you know the rules inside out. You point to the rule that gives me standard-sized grounds. You point me to that?
No, I'm just saying, is it a decision that they
No.
have missed
It's a very easy decision.
because they've been able to play more cricket and more football and maybe finals.
We're not the Geelong cricket ground.
No, don't. Just asking the question.
Yeah, I'm just answering it.
Yeah, okay, so you prefer to have...
I had a terrible time playing on that ground.
All right, fair enough. That's it, but you don't get Collingwood as a result, so that's fair enough. For a refreshing change, there will not be any controversial ARC decisions this weekend, in or out.
Out. They've got to get the sponsor's product in.
Well, it doesn't have to be controversial. They can just judge, but out.
Yeah. No.
There'll be. That's what it's there for. It's there. The ARC only comes in for controversial decisions.
And
So
to get
every
the sponsor's
decision-
product up.
Basically, every time it goes to the ARC, it is a controversial decision because the goal umpire either hasn't been able to make a hard and fast adjudication or they need to check it for other reasons.
There
So
must be
it'll
a
always
minimum requirement of the amount of times that they use it that is written into that contract.
There's not, because I did the first contract, and it was it's a benefit if there is, obviously, because the sponsors go up, but there's no hard and fast, this needs to happen.
I'll tell you what, if I'm paying a lot of money to have my brand or
but it
business
comes up. You don't have
advertised,
to. It's like
I
saying-
need it to be shown.
Yeah, but it's like saying we need to have, more goals for more ads.
That's what Bevo said.
Yeah, I know that's what he said. No, we just need more goals because it's a better spectacle. The unintended consequence or intended consequence of that, whichever way it is you can get your ads away that pays for everything.
All right. Well,
Double win.
I'll take your money for Jam TV to advertise, but I won't display it anywhere.
Oh, no, I don't get the advertising money. Otherwise, we'd be going to it after every goal, I can promise you. If the money was coming my way. No, that's all the AFL. They run all of that.
Yes.
All right.
Correct.
We compete each week with the... Oh, you've gone past me
Yeah, of course I have.
for the margins.
Yeah, I've gone flying past you. I gave you a handicap. I head started you about 6 at one stage.
Yeah, and I was a fair way in front. You're 54 to 53. I'm going to have to keep an eye on this. I reckon I'm getting
What, you
ripped
can't
off.
just acknowledge I've out-tipped you the last, 4 weeks.
Well, I can't acknowledge that. No. All right, Fremantle at Hawthorn at Optus Stadium. This is going to be a beauty. They're up on their toes over here. I actually caught up on the weekend with Big Mason Cox, who's fit as. He is so fit at the moment.
Yep.
He's got a 12-pack because he's so big. It is unbelievable. And I did notice he's taken the shirt off in the aftermatch and parading around just to let everyone know he's available for the young ladies out there as well. He's a single man at the moment. Looking good, the big 7-footer.
Fremantle by 2 points.
It's hard for him because he's 35 as well. New city, 35 years of age, Got to find him a nice girl.
There's apps for that thing these days.
Oh, yeah, I know, but is it apt?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Mason. Would you like to get a coffee? No, thanks.
Yeah.
Okay. Bad luck. Move on to the next.
Anyway. All right. Friday. So what did we say? I said...
Oh,
I'm
I
gonna
said
go
Fremantle.
It's me too, Fremantle. Friday, Brisbane and Carlton. Brisbane,
All right, give me
give me
a
scores?
within. Yeah.
60 points.
Uh,
Fremantle by 12.
Fremantle by 2. Brisbane Oh, love them to get really ruthless here. 68 points.
Okay, Port Adelaide Western Bulldogs.
Oh. Yeah,
Port aren't that good, and Western Bulldogs are shot. So I'm going to go Port Adelaide at home by 18 points.
I think the Dogs cause an upset by 7 points.
Be good for them because they've been coached really well. They played well on the weekend, but you think Port Adelaide...
Knowing my luck, there'll be a game time decision. They'll take Bontempelli out. 7 points.
All right, I'm going for Port with that in mind. Saturday, North Melbourne and Sydney at Marvel. Big game for Kangas.
Kanga.
Yes.
Sydney Swans by 22.
Sydney by 36. GWS versus Essendon.
Oh, the Giants are going half rat power here. Giants by 8 points.
Giants by 10 goals.
Gold Coast versus St Kilda. This could be a beauty. And it's up at Darwin, which is normally when Jack Lukosius turns into prime Wayne Carey, but he's no longer at the Suns.
No. So Gold Coast. Well, Gold Coast don't lose up there, so I'll go with Gold Coast.
I'm going to go St Kilda.
Yeah, I like St Kilda at the moment, but I'll go with Gold Coast. St Kilda just occasionally just need an excuse to lose, and playing in Darwin is a good enough excuse for them to lose.
Saints by 11 points.
I'll go with Gold Coast. Geelong and Collingwood at the MCG. Oh, are you able to drive down on a night time? Is it to come down to the MCG, down to the Big Smoke?
Sure
You're
am.
not going to shut the Westgate Bridge on a Saturday night or anything like that?
Oh, it's good that you're one of the few that acknowledge Geelong its own area. It's not a suburb of Melbourne. That's nice of you. Collingwood by...
Collingwood?
Yeah, I don't think Geelong haven't been playing the best footy. Like, they got belted against...
Come on, go for Geelong so that I can actually... If the Pies win, we go square, and if Geelong win, you go 2 in front.
No, well, I've already gone different with you with the Bulldogs and...
Oh, fair enough. All right.
St Kilda.
Right. Okay, well, I'm going for the Pies.
I'm going to do this because it'll be a win-win for me. Cause then,
Pies by 12.
Because if Collingwood win, you can't gloat as hard. But then if Geelong win, I get the gloat. So I'm going for the win-win here. So Collingwood by 8 points.
The gloating will be hard. Don't worry about that. Sunday, Melbourne and West Coast at Marvel Stadium. The Melbourne supporters going down to Marvel?
Big road trip.
Well, they've got good restaurants down there now, so the Melbourne supporters should actually head down to Marvel. Marvel's not the, outhouse that it used to be.
No. There might be a few wine bars in the area and get
Very
the cheese board.
So. Very good. Melbourne, West Coast.
Melbourne by 32
They played
points.
all right, West Coast. They were good at times, but Melbourne are a good side. So yeah, Melbourne by what did you say?
32 points.
Yeah, I was going to say 30. And Richmond and Adelaide at the MCG.
The Crowbars are going to be too strong here. They're going to win by 37.
Yeah, I think so as well. Something like that. I'll go 42 points to split it. All right, talk to you on Monday, Jim. Great to be with you as always. Love spending time talking footy with you. If you enjoy us, please find us on Instagram and YouTube. Thanks to our great friends at Hyundai and at Fiji Airways. This has been Eddie and Jimmy. Have a great weekend of footy.